How much would you give to be like one of your heroes? Now, I was listening to an audiobook recently by Earl Nightingale, and he brought up a story about a lady who was at a piano recital. Now, I don't know how long ago this had happened, but it did sound like it was one of these high society things. So at the end of the piano recital, the lady, one of the people in the audience, went racing up to the pianist, who was having a cup of tea at the time and drinking with some of the other probably high society members or whatever. But anyway, she said to her, "I would give anything to be like you." And the pianist lowered her cup of tea and looked her in the eye and said, "No, you wouldn't." And she said, "No, really, I would give anything to be like you." And again the pianist said, "No, you wouldn't." Now, of course, at this stage there was an uncomfortable silence in the room. A lot of the people didn't know which way to look or how this conversation was going to end. And again the wannabe pianist didn't know what to say. So eventually the pianist spoke up and she said to her, "No, you wouldn't give what's needed to be like me, because I've spent the last 20 years every day practicing that piano over and over again." Now, I don't know how the person, the wannabe or whatever, had answered that question, but that's like a lot of people. They will say, "Oh, I want to do what you do. I want to be like him. I want to be a movie star. I want to be a fiction writer. I want to be this. I want to be that." And the majority of people have this grand notion of being like that person, but haven't looked at what has gone into that person becoming the way they are. They don't realise the hidden hours that people have done, probably in frustration, probably in times of pain. I can imagine that pianist, probably in the early days, probably spent a lot of hours and maybe weeks and months in frustration, maybe trying to get a piece right. I'd imagine there's been days when she probably didn't want to play the piano. I'd imagine there's probably other days when her fingers were sore from practicing so much. I'd imagine there was probably days when she wanted to give up, but she kept going. She put in her hours, she put in her weeks or months, and she got to the level that she was at. So for somebody to come along and say, "I'd give anything to be like you," it does make you wonder, would you be willing to put in all those days, weeks, months, frustration, pain, maybe monotony, having to do the basics over and over again, probably being open to criticism from maybe music teachers who was telling her she was doing things wrong, or maybe parents who had thought, well, she's never going to make it as a pianist, she hasn't got the talent. And you never know what stubbornness, what mindset that person had, that all kind of went into the person that they are now. So for you to dismiss all that and think, well, I'm going to be exactly like them, it does kind of leapfrog over all the things that happened on the way to that person becoming what they are right now. So that's what I want you to think about. Whatever it is that you are looking to do, whatever hero you are looking up to be like, whether it's a movie star, whether it's somebody with a great figure, whether it's somebody who has a great following on Instagram, or as a writer, or whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. But would you be willing to put in the work that they have put in that got them there? Maybe the hours of work that you don't even realise they have done. Maybe the hours of frustration, of wanting to give up, of all those different things, and all the hurdles maybe they fell over, all the failures that they had to get to where they are. It's easy for us to just look at the end result and picture what that perfect scenario is like for us, and just to get it in our hand and just take off from that moment, and rather not know or dismiss everything that went into the build up to where they are right now. So I want you to give some thought into that today. Whatever it is you are looking to do, if you're not willing to put in the work, if you're not willing to put in the hours, failing, maybe making a fool of yourself, or all those different things, you're better off just dismissing that goal right now and just being honest with yourself. You would love to be that movie star, or you would love to be that person on Instagram, or that great writer or whatever, but if it's not in you maybe to put in the hours of work to do things that people aren't going to see you doing, put in those hours. Like if you imagine somebody who maybe is going to the Olympics or something like that, we only see them probably on the 10 seconds that they're on the track, or however long their event takes to start and go from start to finish. We don't see the weeks and the hours of and months and years of training they have done in the background, when nobody was watching them, when nobody was applauding them, when probably in some cases maybe nobody was supporting them, and maybe even their own country wasn't supporting them until they reached a level that they were acceptable to go ahead and go to the Olympics or whatever it is. So you don't actually know what's going on in the background, and if you're not willing to put in the work, be willing to force yourself through boredom, maybe doing the basics over and over again, you're never going to get to that point. So if you can't see yourself putting in the hours, you're better off just dismissing that idea and recognizing that the person they are isn't just, it's a whole package of things that had gone into that person to where they are right now. And if you're not willing to put in that work, well then you're better off just giving up right now. So if there is somebody that you would like to be like, again, are you willing to put in the hours? And if you're not, maybe it's time just to move on to another goal, or find somebody who is maybe less talented, or maybe hasn't put in as much work as the previous person. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. I know I did when I listened to that audiobook. It's something that's always going to stick with me. But if you'd like to know more about me, or if you'd like to know how you can make money from your words and your content, if you'd like to come over to writecome.com, that's WRITECOME.com, and you'll find all the details of all my courses, my content and everything over there on the site. So as always, thanks for sharing your time again today, and take care and have a great day. Bye bye.